Nice and understated.
So, here we go. This is rather fun. Such a nice bike. Whee! It's so light. It is just so light. So easy to throw about. Now, bearing in mind I've got top box and panniers on. Now, they're aluminium, so they're very light. And there's nothing in them. But I think even when full, this will be... I mean, I've got to be careful because the tyres are brand new, obviously. So are the brakes. So I've got to be... I've got to judge this right. Don't want to overdo it. But still, even so, it's a dry day. And this thing is just so flickable, and yet it's massive. Well, it looks massive anyway, certainly with all the luggage on it. Whee! This is going to be perfect for me, I think, because with the panniers off, I'll still be able to zoom around with my friends and be a hooligan. Oh, blimey. I mean, it's got so much. It's got, what was it, 3 traction control modes, 3 ABS modes, 4 map modes, sport, sport, rain, road and off-road. They're the maps. And then traction control is either road, off-road or off. ABS is either road, off-road or off. And you can just choose, and also there's a rider mode that you can just choose any way you want. The one thing though that a lot of people find annoying is that when you turn it off and on again, its default setting, if you are in a mode where the ABS is off and the traction control is off, then it'll revert to ordinary ride mode, which has everything on. So say you're doing lots of off-roading and you just stop for a break and you're still off-road, when you turn it back on again, it's reverted to road. So you have to press that M button there for mode. I mean, that's a very easy and quick way of changing modes. But that's been a bit irksome for some. But this is the road model anyway. The Triumph Tiger XRT. T for touring. Whee! And I've had loads of other bits put on it too. I'll do a walk around. Ha ha ha! Walk around. And go through all the bits. But yeah, basically the base model Tiger is the XR for road, and the base off-road version is the XC. Then you get a few more toys by adding an X, so XRX and XCX, and they're both sort of different toys for different bikes. Then that all came out last year. This year, Uber Extra Toys. You've got the XCA, meaning adventure, and the XRT. So the cross-country one gets an A for adventure, and the road-going one gets a T for touring. Basically, I think T for toys. And you get so much more for standard, and it's about £800 more, I think. Now I got quite a few discounts on everything. Very, very lucky. Good old Hearts Triumph. And I will continue to plug them because they are lovely. And they were lovely before I did YouTube, so it's not as if I'm totally sold my soul to Triumph. Well, who's... Oh, bollocks. Gravel. Oh no, what am I going to do on gravel? Well, going to give it some because I've got traction control and ABS. Whee! I've taken the baffle out of the Arrow, and that's I can now hear the exhaust. I couldn't hear it with earplugs in. Now I can. It's got a lovely note now. It's not over the top like on the Speed Triple. It's muted. It's understated, but that's perfect because I want to burble, but I don't want it to be obnoxious. There's a difference between obnoxious and rambunctious. There's difference. A lot of people don't know the difference, and I don't either. But there we go. I've got the fog lights on because it makes me stand out like a sore thumb. So hopefully no one will pull out on me. Sorry, mate, I didn't see you. Really, really. Basically, I'm burning like the sun, and you still didn't see me. Lovely, thank you. Anyway, I'll try and structure the walk around a bit better than this just waffling on while riding. See you in a bit. Bye. Well, here's my usual place. Tiny Bally Ho. Stand up. Oh! Oh dear, lovely. So! Right. I'll do a walk around. But just listen to this. Lovely. Ready? I have bought the Tiger XRT. It's an 800 triple engine. Now, what we need to see here is, look, I've got shitloads of luggage. This is what happens when you've got all the luggage. Quite wide, especially that right-hand pannier because of the exhaust pipe, isn't it? So, what I'm going to do is when I'm commuting, I'll probably have the right pannier off. And then I won't be too wide. It's because the pannier is a little bit wider than the handlebars. So we'll just see what happens with that. That's the option. But I'll take them off in a second. Show you how easy that is. So, doing a quick walk around. Yeah, I should be able to be rambunctious on this. It's really good. It's 95 brake horsepower, about 75 foot-pounds of torque, plenty of torque. It's only 210 kilograms, so it's lighter than the Thruxton by 20 kilograms, so I should be able to be ridiculous on this as well. Now, why did I get the road version rather than the cross-country version? Well, the road version has got spokes. No, hasn't got spokes. See? And I'm fed up with spokes. The Thruxton I washed pretty much every day for 2 years and the spokes still showed signs of corrosion, so sod that. Also, I'm going to be spending most of my time on the road, and it can do off-road. The only differences really are different traction control settings and fully adjustable suspension and slightly longer travel suspension, whereas this isn't fully adjustable suspension. Now, the XRT has a few little extras. For example, we have got that radiator cover, that aluminium radiator cover, that's part of the T part. Also, these fog lights with the aluminium cover. Now, as an accessory on the XRX, they are about something ridiculous, like £400. Crazy days. We've got an adjustable screen. The handguards come anyway as the same as XRX does. And I've got a few more extra toys put on, but I'm talking about the XRX at the moment. The XRT, you get the anodised rear brake reservoir. You also get the pannier racks as standard, whereas the pannier racks don't come on the XRX. You've got to get those pannier racks. They're about 250 quid. Now, what else does the XRT have over the XRX? Well, the XRT, heated seats, heated main seat, heated pillion seat. It's just ridiculous. Also, the XRT comes with this Garmin bracket for a GPS. This is the bracket I've put on for my mobile phone. So, and you've also got heated grips, but that's the same as the XRX. The XR doesn't have heated grips. The XRX does, so does the XRT. So I've got heated grips here, 2 settings, hot, amber and off. Fog light switch, and on the right, front seat, rear seat, hot, not so hot, hot, not so hot. Also, you get cruise control because it's a throttle by wire system. So you've got cruise control over here. They're the settings here. Engine kill switch. This side you've got the headlights, indicator, horn, information button, going through and scrolling through all the information settings. Now, I mentioned on the road that you've got 3 traction control settings, 3 ABS settings and 4 map modes. So all of those can be adjusted here. It's actually quite easy. You've also got ambient air temperature, the tyre pressure monitoring system, which doesn't come on the XRX as standard, it's an optional extra, is already on the XRT, so that's another one for the XRT. So, I've also done a few extra things to this because it's going to be my main bike and I'm probably going to keep this forever. Hopefully next summer I'll be in a position to be able to buy another bike. Something like a Scrambler or a Thruxton, just for scratching, bit of a giggle. It fits more with my character as well. But this is going to be a good workhorse for me, I think. It's chain driven, which is a bit of a pain, but then again the centre stand comes as standard, so not a problem. So what have I done to this so far? Well, got the sports pack. And the sports pack gives you the Arrow exhaust, the Triumph adjustable levers, You also get swing arm covers here, but they haven't arrived yet. They're actually on back order, so I'll get those soon. Anodized oil reservoir cover, stuff like that. So, oh, and the black adjustable rear wheel adjusters, the black adjusters there. So, that's that. Taken the baffle out of the Arrow, as you can see. I've got a picture of that, which I'll put up now. It looks ridiculously phallic. More! So marvellous. Things I did this morning. It doesn't come with a hugger, which I think is bloody stupid. For any modern bike that's due to go off-road or anything like that and has that shock there, which is not too exposed, the swing arm does cover it a bit there. But yes, I put on an R&G rear hugger, and it says R&G on the back, and it's quite good. It covers most of it, so that should stop a lot of the crud. The reason why I haven't put a shock tube on the shock at the moment is because I want to adjust it more easily for what I want for now, but we'll see how it goes. You've got all these rubberized pegs. In fact, that T's still got the plastic on it. Let's take that off. I've taken it off the other side, and doesn't that look nice? Doesn't that look nice? So, right, this morning did lots of R&G stuff. So, R&G bar ends. I've seen quite a few people drop these things and they've cracked the handguards. So get these on. Something like 15 quid, I think. I put on the R&G fork protectors and I put on the R&G rear sliders as well there. And I'm going to get the bobbins for here, just to protect the aluminium that's there. So, other things I've had added. The aluminium sump guard, which is just a bash plate, and I wanted that just in case, and it goes back quite a way, but it doesn't go back far enough to cover the rear shock. I'm not doing that much off-roading, so I'm not that fussed about that. Also the engine bars, got the engine bars put on there. This is my new bike. I'm absolutely thrilled about it. The quality of it is really amazing. I mean, the black forks look lovely. The fog lights really stand out. Even the handguards, if you look, this is matte black here, and then they've done this gloss bit here. It's just nice finishing. The frame is powder coated to a really high standard, and it just looks really good. Now, talking of the pannier systems, I didn't get this for this much money. Top box was a couple of £100, and the panniers are something like 600. I mean, they're great, and if I get the key out, certainly you can do a lot with them. For example, that's how you open it, and there we go. Massive. You've also got these inner bags as well, which are Triumph branded, but you can also release this lid for getting awkward objects in, so you can take the lid off completely. But yeah, being a top loader, a lot of panniers are side loaders, being a top loader, it's actually going to be more useful to just slide things in. Gosh, this is getting dull, isn't it? Sorry about this. Pull that, oh, and off it comes. There we go. So as I was saying before, the XRT comes with these pannier racks already on. The XRX doesn't have them, and they're an option extra. So if you're going to get the panniers, which is say 600 quid, the racks as well, if it's 250, you're looking at 800-900 quid. So all in all, the XRT was only 800 quid more. You get a lot more for your money over the XRX. But then again, the XRT wasn't out last year, so if you bought an XRX last year, don't worry, you know, it's just one of those things. And there you go. Well, happy days. I will endeavour to still be and remain as rambunctious as possible. It's certainly got all the guards and everything, and I should be able to ride it off-road and a bit of green laning, stuff like that. But it won't be as absurd as green laning on a Thruxton anyway. But what with the Arrow without the baffle in, so it's noisy, me being able to go really fast, traction control, ABS, I should be able to hoon it quite well. Certainly Infamous Biker is in love with his, and we'll see how I get on. So thanks for all the support. I'm sorry it's a departure from my usual style of bike, but needs must. I do need to use it for work, and this fills the bill, you know, really, really well. But it's all got all the nice bits on it. So there we go.
My new Tiger. Oh yes. Bally Ho, everybody. Bye.
So there we go, done the walk around. I mean, these little bits are they're probably not gonna last very long. Just little bits of plastic that go over the locks, try and protect the locks, but I mean, it's great. It's just comfortable. It goes everywhere, and it can do anything. I mean, obviously not heavy off-roading, but then of course the XC isn't made for heavy off-roading. But this will do everything you want. And then again, when it comes to off-roading, it's all about the tyres anyway, isn't it? It's got everything I could possibly want out of a motorbike. Apart from the fact it's a little... what's the word? Well, it's a little bland, I suppose. It hasn't got much character, but hopefully I'll, as I do if you ever meet me in person, I will bash you over the head with my personality, and I'll do the same with the bike. And hopefully the bike will take on its character of its own, you see? And it won't matter that it's not a Thruxton. It won't matter that it's not a Thunderbird Storm or anything with a bit of oomph. But that is just so much fun. Gosh, a couple of things I forgot, I'm afraid. Right, power sockets. So, the XR and the XC, the bog standard models, have one. Just there. See? Flips up. Then the XRX and the XCX, they had another one down here on my left-hand side, just under my bum, on the left-hand side. And then the XCA and the XRT, i.e. the top models, and the T for toys, as you know, adds another auxiliary socket. So I've got 2 auxiliary sockets down here, 1 here, so I've got 3 cigarette lighters, essentially. And now because of that, plus the heated seats, and the fog lights, the XCA and the XRT, the top of the range models, come with a bigger alternator, so a 650 watt alternator, I believe. I'll look it up, and if I'm wrong, I'll put the actual figure up on the screen. So yeah, it's all good. Just something I'd forgotten to mention was the fact that if I wanted to get heated clothing, charge my Garmin, charge my phone, all the electrical gubbins nowadays that everybody wants. So for example, there's even a grommet in the top box to charge stuff in my top box from one of these rear power sockets as I'm going along. So whatever it is I'm charging will be very, very dry. So yeah, they think of everything these days. For me, not actually that useful because I don't really need to charge anything. But you never know, if I go on a long trip where I don't know where I'm going, because obviously maps don't work, so I'm going to need sat-nav. But there we go. The day I buy a sat-nav is probably the day I should retake my navigation exams. Anyway, toodle pip, bye!